explaining everything you need to know about the rulers in solo leveling. So at the beginning of the universe in solo leveling, there was nothing but darkness and light, but then there is the omnipotent being called the Absolute Being, which is aka God of solo leveling. So the Absolute Being decided to turn the darkness into the monarchs, which we know are what Sung Jin-woo got his powers from, and the light into the rulers. The rulers are basically angelic like humans. The rulers and monarchs eventually started a war that lasted on for eons. The rulers eventually found out that the Absolute Being was just being used for them for entertainment, so the rulers kind of got pissed off and decided a plot to kill the Absolute Being. So during the assassination plot to kill the Absolute Being, one of the strongest rulers was the only one to not betray him, and he later on became the Shadow Monarch, Ashborn, which is the person that gave his Shadow Monarch powers to Sung Jin-woo. So after this took place, the rulers used the fragments of the Absolute Being to basically overpower the monarchs, because they had more power they had OP items from the god of their universe. So after they ended the war, they were able to capture Legia, the giant monarch, and then they were able to banish the Shadow Monarchs from the earth and basically put them into hiding. But however, this didn't really do much, because after a couple of years, the monarchs all rebuilt their armies, and also the Shadow Monarch also helped them in their war, so they were kind of outnumbered and overpowered. So the only thing that the rulers could do is they used a Cup of Reincarnation, which was an item that was built from the Absolute Being, and the Cup of Reincarnation allowed them to basically rewind time for about 10 years. They kept on doing this over and over again, but there was literally no results. They kept on dying and dying over and over again. So the only thing that the rulers could think to defeat the monarchs in this war is that they tried to they opened up S-rank gates or A-rank gates. Basically the whole premise of solo leveling, they opened up the magical gates and allowed the magical beasts to pour out, so the hunters could actually start to use mana and harness the mana and start to use their powers. And so this was the only reason that they thought that would make the rulers and humans be able to combat the monarchs. And the strongest of the humans were able to actually harness or reincarnate into rulers, which you got with the national rank hunters like Thomas Andre and the other guy that got decimated. I forgot his name. But these were the reasons that they were able to use reincarnation of the ruler powers, just like Sung Jin-woo was able to use Shadowborn's or Ashborn's power. And another example was Il Hwan, the father of Sung Jin-woo. He was the one that was able to use basically a reincarnation of a ruler. So that's basically everything we know about the rulers. The rulers are the ones that basically started the whole plot of solo leveling. They were the ones that killed the god of solo leveling, and then they used that to banish the monarchs. However, it didn't last for long, so they used the Cup of Reincarnation, which, as you know, if you've read the solo leveling series, that was the Cup of Reincarnation Sung Jin-woo used at the end of the series, just so he can get like a perfect speed run. But that's basically it. If you guys want to know more, or if you guys know more in the comments, just leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. All right, peace.
Go.